Hello everyone, this is Fabio Carvalho and you're watching now Adisra SmartView course. Today's topic is Object Template. We'll talk about the templates and we'll create a gauge using its functionalities, including the onChange script. The template object allows you to create a generic object where it can be linked with different tags. It also allows you to create one single object and use it everywhere. And whenever a change is needed, it will be done in one object and it will reflect in all objects in different screens. It follows the global trend of micro front-end components. As soon as you build a big library of components or objects, you can use them in different applications, decreasing the time spent in development. You can create standard text boxes, buttons, labels, checkboxes, and set their font size, font color, and so on. You can also use the templates to create a nice looking logging object, or maybe a more complex trend object. Let's take a look at it now. You'll find them in the navigation tree under the templates. First, let's right click on it and create a new template. I want to create an animated gauge. I will change the size of it and we'll add two images to it and you'll see how to configure them. First, let's change the size of it. I'm going to put 280 by 155. I'm going to add two images. One's going to be the semicircular gauge. I already added to the project, so I just need to add here to the screen. This one. And I'm going to add a second image, which is going to be the needle. This one. I'm gonna place it in the center and I'm gonna add a title. It's gonna be a label. I'm gonna center align it, change the size of the font. I'm gonna add now two labels to be the minimum value of this gauge and one for the maximum value. And the last label is gonna be the value itself for the gauge. Okay, so far we just added the objects that I want to display on the template. And if you already took the course about the screen tags, you will see that they are very similar. It means that we can add local variables or local tags, and we can pass the tags that we want to be used to populate this object. So it's similar to a screen tags whenever we create a generic screen, and this screen can be used with different tags. So I'm gonna create one tag or one local tag for the title. It's gonna be a string type. I'm gonna create one for the value that I want to display on the gauge. It's gonna be a float. I'm gonna add one for the unit. It's gonna be a string. For now I'm gonna just add those three. We could add also much more tags and use on the template. Okay, so for the label, as I said, we already created a local variable or a object tag, which is called stitle, and I can use this hashtag to display all the local variables. So I'm gonna use the stitle here, and again this is different than a usual tag where we would use the @. So I've already configured for this label the stitle. For the label down here, I'm gonna do it on the change of the value because I want to concatenate the value plus the unit. And on the labels, I want to put the minimum and the maximum value of the tag that is passed to this template. So this can be done already. I can use the hashtag fvalue dot MinValue. The MinValue is a property of a float tag. And now for the maximum, I'm gonna use the hashtag fvalue.maxValue. Okay. For the label, I want to concatenate, as I said, so let's create a script on change. Every time the value of this tag changes, it's gonna be triggering a script that I can select from the template. And let's go back to the object tags, and now we can use these scripts. So let's click on change. And I already prepared the script. I'm just gonna copy and paste, and we can talk about it. It's basically a script written in C#, where I'm getting the value of the float tag that I can pass depending on what tag I selected to use. And I'm just casting to a double here. I'm getting the unit as a string, and I'm concatenating to a label value. So I need to use this name of label to the label here. And I'm also using the image needle and changing the angle according to this calculation that I'm doing with the MinValue and the MaxValue. Okay, so let's just click OK. Remember this name, image needle, and the label value. I'm gonna click OK now. So this is gonna be the label value, and the needle is gonna be image needle. Okay, so that's what we need to do. I'm gonna just save this template as a semicircular gouge, and I'm gonna save it. Done. So right now we have two templates, one that I prepared in the past, which is just a clock. As you can see, we have seconds, minutes, and hours, and we can just pass these values of those tags. And I have the semicircular gouge now. So let's close it, and we can choose a screen to use it. I'm gonna choose the process. Let's find a gap here where I can insert it. Well, I'm gonna create a new screen for that. Increase the size a little bit. And we can insert the templates now. I just need to click on the Advanced Objects template. It's gonna show me the ones I have. Just select one and click on the screen. And I have one instance. And I'm gonna add a second one. And now I have two instances. So let's configure it now. Just select the template. Always check on the properties grid. And now we have the object tags that this template is expecting us to pass. So for the first one, let's use the boiling temperature. Boiling temperature. This is the string that is going to be used as the title, remember. The value is going to be boiling temperature. And the unit is going to be Celsius. For the second one, let's use the boiling volume. We have a tag for that as well, which is boiling volume. And the unit is going to be in liters. So as you can see, I used the same object to add different tags to it. And I just checked that the label down here is being cut, so we can always change it. I'm gonna save this screen now. Let's call it boiling information. I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna go back to the template just to fix this. Okay, just move it a little bit up. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna reopen the screen. Now looks better. So actually this screen is too big. I'm gonna decrease its size a little bit. And we are ready to use it. So I'm gonna open process again. So I'm just gonna add a button. I'm gonna call it info. And whenever I click it, I want to open that screen. So sv graphics.open, and the name of the screen is boiling information. Let's save it and let's run. Okay, application started, and let's check. I'm gonna open a data watcher so we can manipulate the values of the volume and the temperature. Just clicking here. As you can see, we have the minimum value of the gauge, the maximum value, and the same thing for the volume. We still don't have the F value since it didn't change its value. Remember that we added the script to the onChange. So let's use now the data watcher. I'm gonna add here the boiling temperature and the boiling volume. So I just need to change boiling temperature to, let's say, 80. And you can see the first one already executed the script and the needle changed. And we also got the label changed, concatenating the value of the tag plus the unit. And the boiling volume is from 0 to 25, so I'm going to put 10. And it also changed the needle and then the label here, down here. Well, we could be doing this for all of the process steps. And let's say I wanted to add for the meshing or maybe for the milling. So I could be using the same template to be showing the values of different parts of the process. And the nice thing is that I could also use the same template in a different project. I just needed to copy it plus the images, and the next project will be also using this template. And another nice thing is that we just need to change in one place and it will reflect everywhere. And as I said in the beginning, this is very common for micro front-end components. So if you're developing multiple interfaces and multiple projects, you could have a library of text boxes. So you don't need to change every time the font size or maybe the background or maybe an animation that you like to use, or maybe the radius of a text box. So you can have in your library the text boxes with background color the way you want, or maybe a second text box. You could have labels, and whenever you create a new project, you just need to use them. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you can already see how to use the templates in your applications. Start creating a library and use it in different projects, and you'll see how fast it's gonna be to create new screens. Thanks a lot, and be more than welcome to watch the next videos. Bye bye.